Hey guys, okay, so sorry it's been a while, but I am back, and today I'm going to do the review on the CCM lower tube kit. I just had it shipped to me yesterday with the CCM valve tool, which I'll do just a quick review on right now. The valve tool, the CCM valve tool, I would definitely suggest investing the money in because it's a great valve tool. It's much longer, has the T-handle so you can torque it. It's a great valve tool. Go ahead and get yourself a high quality valve tool while you're at it, because my WGP one, the short black ones, they're not very good. So just go ahead and invest the money if you have it, and buy yourself a CCM valve tool. So now getting to the review of the CCM lower tube kit. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown of what it did for me. The most important thing in your pump stroke as far as its smoothness is obviously your pump kit and your bolt. And if you have a Delrin bolt, it really can help out your pump stroke a lot. And I do have a Delrin bolt in here. This isn't a CCM, this isn't a shock tech or anything. This is just a stock bolt, but it's Delrin bolt, and it's very smooth. I like it a lot. And so that's really the two most important things. But if you really want to get your pump stroke refined and really high quality, smooth pump stroke, go ahead and upgrade your lower tube kit to a CCM. I'm really meticulous about it. I like a really smooth pump stroke, so it really was a nice investment I made. But some people might not think so for the money. It's like a $70 kit, so. And you get, all you get out of it, as far as I'm concerned, is a smoother pump stroke, better efficiency, and that's really it. Maybe a little quieter, but that's it. It doesn't increase accuracy. It's just a hole in a valve, so it can't increase accuracy really, as far as I can tell. It was no more accurate after shooting it with the CCM kit. But the one thing I did find was it was so much smoother. I mean, this thing is absolutely effortless now. Absolutely effortless. I could push it back just flexing my finger just like that. I mean, it's absolutely so squishy and so it's a very soft pump stroke, and it has, with the CCM return spring, has a great return back though. It's firm enough that it'll return back, but it's soft enough that it'll let you really get a smooth pump stroke. This spring actually got bent, so it had a hard time getting inside I know it's supposed to go inside this, but it's right here right now, because number one, it gives it a little firmer because it doesn't have as much room right here, and number two, it did get bent, so it couldn't come out of here, and I felt like it felt really nice right on this bottom bar here as a return spring. So feels great, looks fine too. So getting on with the review. Definitely smoothed up the pump stroke. Definitely, like I said, if you really want your pump stroke refined, go ahead and get the CCM kit. It's great. The one other thing it did for me, it increased my efficiency. Now, you probably can get the same efficiency out of the stock internals. I just didn't know the exact sweet spot of the stock internals on these, so I didn't really feel like sitting down and sweet spotting it. And I knew the output pressure in the regulator that you should set it to for the CCM internals, which is 300 psi, roughly 2.5-3 turns in on your IVG, and you should be good to go. For those of you that want to see, I do have that is the CCM IVG, just in case you don't believe me. There it is. So the CCM IVG is great too, because you can just pull the back block back and you can adjust it with a 1/8 wrench right through here. You don't have to take everything out. You can just adjust it right through there, which is great. But definitely increased my efficiency because I knew the sweet spot of it. Quieted it down a little bit. Quieted the gun down a little bit. And consistency, I didn't really see over the chronograph. I didn't really see much of a difference. It looked pretty much the same as the stock internals, as far as I'm concerned. But the efficiency was great. My regulator and my IVG on my old gun, or on the old internals in this gun, were not balanced very well. I was running quite a bit inefficient, and I was only getting about 800, because this regulator, it is a 4,500 psi tank, but once it cools down from the hot fills, it can it goes down to about 3,000 psi in the tank, unfortunately. But right now, or I used to be getting 800 shots out of 3,000 psi, which isn't terrible, but it's not great either. Maybe even 700. It was pretty inefficient. But with these new internals, now that I know the sweet spot, I calculated that I could get 1,200 shots now out of 300 psi, because I was getting 200 shots per 500 per like click down. So because it has the little notches, so per 500 I was getting 200 per 5,000 or 500 psi I was getting 200 shots. So pretty efficient now, I would say. So really, that's the only thing that the CCM internals do for you. Like I said, you know, if you really want to go ahead and make the investment, I think it's a little overboard, but if you really want to go ahead and make the investment, go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid to do it. It's great to have a very smooth pump stroke, good efficiency. Chipley makes the best stuff out there, so it's always nice to know that you have the best guts in your gun out there. So and it's just cool to, you know, tell your friends you got the CCM internals, make them jealous. So that's, you know, like I said, it may not be worth the money for some people. It was definitely worth the money for me, but for some people, pump stroke doesn't really matter. Efficiency, they could, you know, they could care less between a 400 shot increase or whatever in a tank. So it just depends on what your what you set as your priorities for your paintball marker. So that's the review for the lower tube kit, and I hope it was helpful for anyone, and hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.